Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you.
Okay.
So you're from, your name is Mary.
Yes. And how do I pronounce your name?
My name is Sai Chiran.
Sai Charan. Did
Yes,
I say it correctly?
Sai Chiran.
Sai Charan.
Yeah, you can call me Sai.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Sai.
Nice to meet you too, Mary. You're from?
I am talking to you from Florida in the United States.
Okay. I saw your website. I've gone through your website. I was seeing all your posts. Is that your
Mhm.
personal website or anybody is working with you?
I'm sorry, say that last part one more time.
I saw your website. I have gone through your website. I have seen a lot of stuff there. I've seen all the writings there. Is that your
Mhm.
personal website or is there anybody? Are there anybody who working for you for the website?
Yeah, so at this time, a lot of it is my content. In the past, I also used to partner with some other bloggers and share some of their posts from time to time. Recently, because of my other activities, I have access to other writers and another blog. So from time to time, I'll share a post from there also. But right now, it's pretty much me and my social media intern. I think you found me through our Instagram, and that's what I've pretty much turned over to my social media intern lately. And just said, okay, your goal is to get as many followers as possible while I work on the next phase of the business.
So what do you do? What is your profession?
So, ECV Talks started off probably back in what 2007, 2008, when I was still a licensed cosmetologist. So I was licensed to do hair and makeup, and it just started off as an offshoot of me wanting to help people not only in my day job, look better but feel better. So that's why like the tagline is promoting total wellness. I ended up retailing some products also, so that was one side of it, getting word out about what I retailed and just overall wellness. But then I also wanted it to be able to connect people with local businesses that actually did things that would help them. So I kept it up, but I wasn't as consistent as I maybe should have been. But now I'm trying to really stick to being consistent with it. Um, but also I'm a financial advisor, and that was also one part of the wellness that I really wanted to focus on. At the time, I was finishing college when I started the blog for finance. So
What is
yeah.
your age?
How old am I?
Yeah.
Ah, we have a saying here in America, you don't ask someone, ask a lady her age, but I'm okay with that. I'm 35.
I see. I just want to know because you're doing a lot of work. You're helping people by giving advices about different things,
Mhm.
saying about different things. So I just thought to uh, know it. My age is 28, and I'm a blogger too. I have
Mhm.
three websites, um, and two websites I write about human psychology and communication skills. And recently, I have started a YouTube channel. In that, do I post videos by doing with different country people. I already did videos with Netherlands psychologist and a Russian girl and a Lebanon country girl and Bangladeshi guy and American fitness trainer and South African football player. And yesterday I did a video with England sports journalist. Yeah, and now I got you. Uh, I I am talking with you. I feel very happy. I feel great to talk with you because
Yeah.
you gave me time. And yeah, and let's talk about you.
Yeah.
What
Well,
is
this is a
ECV
first.
Talks?
So again, it started off all that time ago just focusing on promoting total wellness. Now, I'm kind of thinking about using it not only as a platform for that, but also to help educate people on how to transition into doing something that they love, because I feel like that's an important part of wellness. I don't know how things are there, but um, a lot of people are discovering that either they don't have a job now because of coronavirus, or they are being forced to work hours that they don't want to work if they're an essential worker, or that they really, really, really just don't like whatever their situation is right now from their job perspective. So I'm trying to use that as a platform to help people get to a point where they're okay, or not okay, that they're happy with whatever they're doing to continue their existence, to put food on the table, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and you'll be interacting with different people, right?
Yes. It's it's been crazy. Like, you found me, and like I said, my social media intern is my daughter, so she's been on social media finding a lot of people and keeping me busy. So
So, what kind of problems they say to you?
you said what type of problems are.
They come with.
So I actually had someone that they are transitioning from an employee to a um like business owner, and they had a couple of questions that we were working through. I have one of my former students, so I used to teach entrepreneurship, come through trying to figure out how to take her business to the next level. She is a web designer, um, and marketing guru. So she was worried about the different legal requirements that we have here, and how should she structure her business to best protect herself. So that was one that we had a consult, and then I had another consult with an individual who is considering stepping away from their day job, but they're afraid about a lack of support and whether or not they'll be able to make the money they need to, like I said, take care of themselves, put food on the table. So we were just going through the options and starting to formulate a plan on how they can make that transition smoothly.
Okay. What exactly you do? What exactly you give uh, them? Advice or the the way how they should think and how you make them to come out from their uh, the failure mind state, or you said that you are good in telling them how what to do and what not to do.
Pretty much. I'm giving them advice right now at this point. Like I said, those are just three of the people that I've talked to recently, as I form what's eventually going to be a class on step by step how to make the transition. But right now I'm in the advice phase and just testing out my methodology, testing out my framework for how I'm going to structure this class so that it's usable by more than just um, more than just the people that I can personally talk to, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make an online course. That way I can duplicate myself because there's only so many hours in the day for me to hands on talk with everyone. But at least if I have the basic steps already out there where they can access it at their leisure, and then I have set times that, okay, between these hours is when I'll be in there answering questions, I think it'll make it a little bit easier because Like I said, I'm also a financial advisor. So I have another side of me that I'm also taking care of people, moving money, doing rollovers. Yeah. So
Okay, so
that's
what
that's
is,
pretty. I don't know if that answered your question.
yeah, you did.
Okay.
What is your educational qualification?
So, I I went to college and I majored in business with a concentration in finance. So that's what I did, what, 17 years ago. Um, After that, I worked in insurance for about 5 years. Then I transitioned into the education field just because I had a kid and I needed the hours to match. But throughout all of that, I've always been an entrepreneur. I've been I've been working in my own little, what we call, side gig or side hustle since I was a kid. So I mentioned cosmetology. I retail different products. Um, and yeah, I've helped others. When I went into education, I basically ended up teaching others how to start businesses. Had a couple of students that started their businesses, made lots of money, went and competed in different business competitions at different levels and won. So those are those are my qualifications. That's my CV.
What is cosmetology?
So it's doing hair and makeup and nails, skincare. So back when I was actually, when did I start that? 15, 16 years old. 15, I started training to be able to do manicures, waxing, pedicures, facials, hairstyling, chemical treatments. So like I see your wonderful blonde frosted tips. Yeah, I know how to do that. In fact, I bleached a friend of mine hair while I was studying completely blonde like that. So it was all the way down to the scalp. I wish I had a picture to share, but I don't think I took a picture of it. It's been so long.
That is why the reason you're looking so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I actually did not. I mean, here it's midnight, I think here. So I didn't. I was like, I could put on makeup, but then I'm gonna have to go and take it right back off. So I'm like, let's just hope the camera is kind. But what
No,
time is it
no.
there?
Here the time is 7 a.m.
Wow,
Yeah,
bright and early.
yeah. What is the time there in
It's it
Florida?
just it just turned midnight. It's 12:04.
Okay, I think yeah, you didn't sleep.
Oh, I'll go to sleep later. That's one of the beauties of being an entrepreneur, working for yourself. You can set your hours. So I took a nap in the middle of the day. So
Okay, that's great. You're doing multiple jobs. You're an
yeah, well,
inspiration. Yeah, the
just
people who
two.
watches this video will definitely, the women, the girls who watches this video, definitely they'll try to work more hard and they'll try to work on different fields. They can come out from the discomfort zone. They can they can create their comfort zone. That's why the reason I want to talk about more things about you so that they'll know. And what is financial advisor? What do you do as a financial
So
advisor?
I teach people how money works. It That's the simplest way I can put it. I don't know how it is there, but here, if you don't have parents that understand how money works in the US, then you pretty much have to figure it out on your own by making mistakes. They don't teach the basics in school, like how interest works, like how saving money early when you're young makes it easier on you when you retire. I think other places outside of the US, that's kind of built into the culture that you save, you don't borrow, or you save first before you borrow. But in the US, it's the opposite. People are very quick to borrow and get themselves into debt and then spend the rest of their lives trying to work it off. And that's just because it's the culture and nobody teaches them better. So that's what I do. I sit with people, we go through their finances, we figure out what areas they don't know about already, give them the education that empowers them to make better decisions about managing their money. And then if they need specific products, like let's say an insurance product to make sure that when it's their time to leave this planet, that their family is still taken care of, I can help them with that. If they have a retirement plan at work and they don't know what to do with it, I can actually come in and help manage that for them.
Oh,
Just to name a few things, because I don't want to go too far. And I would be listing things all night of what, but those are like two things that I've been working on today. I have one client that just quit a job. They're starting another job, so we need to take his retirement plan and move it over. Um, I have another client who is about to have a baby, and we're looking at possible insurance policies for that baby that they can save money in so that that baby, when it's an adult 67 years from now, will be a millionaire.
okay.
So we're trying to
So,
structure that plan for them right now.
how do you understand their financial status? How can you give advice? How will you understand? Because there are different people who are doing different works and having earning different amount of money. And
Mhm.
how will you understand? How will you give advice to them?
So first of all, it starts by me just talking to them. So like we're having this conversation with everything that's going on with the global pandemic. I've been having a lot of these conversations, video chats, but I've been mostly using Zoom lately because I've been using it prior to the pandemic. But yeah, we just have a conversation and I ask them a lot of questions. I get to know them. Um, Everybody's different, so there's no one size fit all advice. You have to know what that person's dreams are, what their goals are, what it is that they want in life, and then you need to also know where they are right now.
Okay.
What money do they have? What debts do they have? And then my job as the advisor is to figure out, okay, how do we get from point A to point B?
Okay.
And that's what I figure out.
Okay. Okay. So you are very good in observing people and the financial status and their relationships and all.
I don't know if I'm very good at it, but it's something that I've always wanted to do, and so I try to be good at it. I don't, I don't know. I think on some level, a lot of people deal with what is it called? Um, that feeling that they're an imposter. It's like no matter how long you've been in something and how good you are at it, there's always that little bit of nagging doubt, like maybe I'm not as good as I think I am, or maybe I'm not as good as I could be. And I deal with that a lot. I have to wake up in the morning and have my little my self talk time where I talk myself up.
Okay. So, but what kind of questions they ask? What kind of, can you give me any example of your client?
So some of the questions I've had is like, what's the difference between a whole life insurance policy and a term life insurance policy, or what's the difference between that and and a universal life policy? I've had questions like, what's the difference between an IRA or an individual retirement account and my 401k at work? Which, again, I'm diving off into the woods, and some of this stuff can be so boring. I know to everybody else. Me, I love it. Like I will literally still pull out my college textbooks and look at it. But um, those are the questions that I've gone over. Maybe a simpler one, but still, it's going to have acronyms in it. What's the difference between APR and APY?
Okay. So you said you are a cosmetologist.
Yeah, I was. So I don't do that anymore. I let my license go. I would say about maybe 8 years ago, I stopped renewing my license. Because when people over here find out you can do hair, they're like, "Oh, so when are you doing my hair?" I'm like, "No."
For men and women or only for
Hmm?
women?
Say again.
You give advice only for women or to men also as a
Do I
cosmetologist?
give advice for cosmetology? Well, my friend that I bleached the hair, it was a guy, but
Okay.
in recent years, mostly women.
For men?
Before I stopped doing hair altogether, it was mostly women. But yeah, when I was first learning, I would do both men and women.
So what do you say about my hair?
No, I like it.
My face, because I'm an Indian, you might have seen people with different hairs and different face colors.
Right now, I think my signal, my bandwidth is getting a little glitchy. Can you repeat that? Because the video was freezing.
Okay, okay. So I was asking you that what do you say about my hair and my face color? Because you have seen people with different face colors and different hair colors. So I want to know, I just want to know what do you say about me?
I like it the way you have it. I could tell it must have taken like it wasn't a one step process because when you have hair that dark, you have to try to avoid damaging it, you should like bleach it once, then take the bleach off, rinse it, let it condition a little bit, and then bleach it again. Because otherwise, you end up with it really damaged. But yours doesn't look damaged, so it looks very nice, and I like that color on you.
Thank you so much.
It works.
And I like your hair because I love hairs. I love watching people hairs. I love your hair, the hairstyle of yours.
No, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna sit back from the camera so you can't see how much I need to redo it. Like right now it's in braids. I don't know if you can see that, but I need to redo them. So-
Super, super. You look fantastic with that hairstyle. Yeah, when I started video, I was feeling like, wow, I'm talking with a beautiful woman.
Oh, thank you. Again, I don't know if my camera automatically filters it for me. Maybe it does, but that was another thing when we were when you asked me last night, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, not gonna happen tonight." Like I'm sleepy and I knew I looked a mess. I don't think I got out of my pajamas all day yesterday. I was like, you know what? I'm in the house, I'm working.
So, do you advise people uh, what to wear, the dressing, the
Hmm?
dresses, what dress suits for them, the dressing style? Will you teach them? Do people ask you about what to wear, the dressing style?
No, not recently. So how do I put this? Again, in that time where I was an educator, like in our school system, I had to teach young people how to dress professionally.
Okay,
That's always a sensitive subject,
okay,
especially when
okay,
you're dealing with young ladies. I
okay.
get I was a young lady at one time, so I
You
get
too.
what they want to do. Well, I'm
Now
not
you
that
are.
young. Like I'm not a teenager anymore. So I get what the young ladies want to do and show off everything, and it's like that's not good for getting a job. That's not good for putting out the impression that you're a professional. So it's always a touchy subject. It's like I get it. I get it. You want to show off your little new body and whatnot, but you can't do that and then expect people to take you seriously. With the guys, when I had to tell them how to dress, it was you can't go to an interview wearing shorts. I know we're here in Florida. I know it's hot 89, 89 to 95% of the time, but they're still going to want you to wear pants unless you're going for a landscaping job or you are about to be a golfer. On the interview, you wear pants. Um,
Okay.
and I never, thankfully, had to show any of the young men how to tie a tie because it's been years since I had to do that.
I just want to know because you said you're a cosmetologist, so I know you have quit that job long back.
Mhm,
Now you are constant. I know you have quit that job as a
mhm,
cosmetologist.
mhm,
You're not doing that work right now, right?
mhm.
So presently, what you are doing presently?
So presently, I am just working in my financial business
Okay,
and working on structuring the website that you checked out so that I can create my online course to go along with that website. So I'm just doing the two things.
okay, online business.
Hmm. Yeah, creating
Okay,
the online course and working with my clients as their advisor.
okay. So the business is about
The business is me teaching people how to transition to be an entrepreneur.
how to become a businessman.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
How to start your own business.
Online or offline also.
Either way, like I've helped people do both.
Okay. So, uh, so what are the things you do in your daily life other than this?
So like when I'm not working,
Yeah, other than your professional work.
I do I do anything when I'm not working? No. I mean, lately you can't really go out and do anything. I was messaging one of my former coworkers today about how we haven't been able to meet up and go out and eat and hang out because everything has been pretty much closed and locked down. Um, but if it wasn't locked down, I would probably be meeting up with people to go out and eat. Right now, I'm getting ready to sell my home. So I've been doing a lot of things around my house, just packing up and straightening up things. Uh, Usually I have two cats that I spend way too much time with, but they're not here right now because I'm cleaning up. Otherwise, they would have already jumped in front of the camera. And
Okay.
then I have my daughter, so I spend a lot of time with her. And
Wow.
yeah,
What's her name?
her name is Ashana.
Ashana. What she
Mhm.
is?
Hmm?
What she is?
What age?
Yeah, age and what the the education, her education.
She just finished high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So she'll be 18 soon.
Okay. So what type of food you like? What kind of food you like?
I eat pretty much anything except for pork.
Okay.
So today, see, this is sad. Like I spend more time working than anything else, but it's because I like it. What did I even eat today? Did I eat today? Yes, I ate I ate what? Spaghetti and shrimp, like pasta and shrimp with spinach and tomatoes in it. And then I ate for breakfast. Oh, I had a panini, um, like a breakfast panini with eggs and spinach and What else was on there? Egg, spinach, tomatoes. What else do I put on the thing? Pesto, basil pesto, cheddar cheese, white cheddar cheese. Uh, um, and I ate a really late lunch because I got caught up working and completely forgot that lunch came and went. So I ate like chicken fingers and fries. I went with like the typical American kids meal
Yeah.
for lunch. What is that tea you're drinking? Is it
Green
tea?
tea. Green
Okay.
tea.
Love green tea. I didn't
Uh,
finish drinking my tea this morning. I actually made it this morning and didn't even finish drinking it. Upsetting.
I think you're working so much and you're forgetting to eat.
I think so. but but it's not like I'm crazy hungry anyways. I typically graze throughout the day. So it's just today was a weird day. I didn't have snacks sitting beside me.
And I want to ask you about money. You're a
Hmm.
financial advisor. There are people who watches this video. What do you say about money to them?
Say
What is
that
money?
what is money?
What is money to human being?
It's a tool. So don't get overly involved with chasing it. It's just a tool. There are people out there who their only thing is, I want to be rich. And then you ask them why, and they can't give you a straight answer. I
Okay.
don't think I ever had that, but I would advise anybody who is has that mindset, ask yourself why, because money in itself is not going to make you happy. Um, so come up with some goal outside of money. Yeah, my job is to help you manage your money and use it wisely. But if your only thing is, I want to be rich, then we got to dig deeper and find out what else you have going on in your life, because that's not it. And I know that may seem counterintuitive. A lot of advisors will be like, "Hey, more money is always better," but is it if you're not addressing other issues that you're trying to use money to cover up? Because again, it's just a tool, and if you don't know what it is you're trying to use that tool for, you're never going to be happy.
And you was telling about
No
some.
problem.
You was telling about something.
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
Oh, you asked me about money.
Yeah.
I don't know, where did it drop out. I was just saying, I tell everybody money's a tool. Don't fall in love with it, and don't make chasing money be your main thing.
Okay. So, can I say that money is a energy converter? If you give your energy, you'll get money.
Hmm.
If you put your mental or physical energy, you'll get money in return.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a tool. It's a method for trading, and a lot of times that's what we're trading. We're trading our physical energy, our physical labor, or our mental energy, so that someone else will give you money. Um, but again, the end goal shouldn't be just to stack up money
Okay.
for no purpose. Like the end goal should be, okay, I need to save this amount of money so that at some point I can stop giving my time to other people and focus maybe on my family, who shouldn't have to give me money to get my time. Um,
So, different age people have different requirements, right?
mhm.
Uh, 25, 20, 16, 15, and 35, 40, 50, and different age people will have different requirements. Like
Mhm.
some people need more money, and some people need less money, and some people don't need a lot of money to survive. So,
Mhm.
like you said in the beginning, every person, every family person is different. The
Yeah.
requirement is different.
Mhm.
So, uh, what do you say? What do you say to the people who runs behind the money.
Thankfully, I haven't really encountered anyone like that just yet. That's their main goal. I just want money. I just want money. That I don't dread that conversation. I just feel bad for them because I don't know how to say this, but I mean something must be missing in their
Okay.
life, and they're trying to fill that void with just money. And like you said, it's the way I see it. It's a tool. It's useful to have, but if that's the only thing that you have, okay, what about your friends? What about your relationships with your family? What about your passions? What other things bring joy to your life if that's the only thing that you're focusing on? That's sad. Like, cuz that's not our purpose here on this planet to chase money. Like that's something we humans invented. But that's not what it's all about. That's not what life's about. At least not for me anyways.
I want to know the percentage of importance you give to money.
Say that one more time.
I want to know the percentage of importance you give to money.
The level of
Out of
importance I give it.
yes, yes.
Right now, it's a tool. So I'm trying to calculate exactly how much I need to live off of, because I'm planning on reducing a lot of what I have.
Okay.
Um, like I have a lot of things right now, and I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't even use this stuff. Why am I holding on to it and having to accommodate my stuff? There's this I think he's passed away. There's this comedian, this American comedian, George Carlin, I think his name was. And he's like, your house, you don't live in your house is for your stuff. And that's what I've been looking around lately. Like, okay, I had a lot of stuff. If I didn't have this stuff, I wouldn't need so much more money to take care of the stuff. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking
So
at, okay, what do I need in my life to really bring me the most joy, and get rid of the rest of it. Because okay, now that I have the stuff that actually brings me joy that I'm actually using, okay, what money does it take to maintain that?
I know people who gives importance more to money than relationships, than their
Hmm.
connections.
Hmm.
What do you say about this?
Again, they got their priorities mixed up.
Okay. So money or
I don't know how to
relationships?
nicely say that. I'm kind of blunt.
Money or connection, the relationship? Which one you choose?
Connections, relationships, definitely. I don't know if that would have always been the case. I think when I was a lot younger, it probably would have been money, but I
Okay.
realize now that yeah, that was messed up.
Yeah, that's why the reason I'm asking. Different people, different age people will have a different percentage of interest on money. You
Mhm.
was interested more on money when you was young, but now you are least bothered. I mean, you are giving less importance to money, and you are giving importance to relations, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I know at least a lot of, well, I can't say a lot, but I have heard from several females that they focus on money because to them it's a way of being secure, of being safe. So that's why
okay.
they look for men with money. Um, and I don't know if that's an American culture thing that's just instilled in girls from a very young age, but you see it a lot, and it takes a while to untrain yourself of what you've been raised up with and what you've been trained with. Um, I mean, I remember at one time I was married and I got divorced, and I remember my mother even saying, "Oh, I just hope she finds some nice man to take care of her." And it's like not a good relationship, not love, oh, I hope she finds, a friends and a community that she really feels comfortable in. No, just find someone to take care of you. Like someone with a good job to take care of you. It's like, okay, so you're focusing on, the money, the material again, as opposed to I need something that's going to promote my well-being, my mental, my emotional, my happiness. But yeah, sorry. I think you were going to ask me something else.
Emotion or money? Which one?
Emotions,
Emotion.
definitely.
You see a lot of people interacting with you,
Mhm.
uh, talking about emotion. What do you see in them? The emotion or the material money?
Emotions. So like my one of my business partners for a while there when I first got into this business some years ago, I would come in and go straight to business. And he's like,
Okay.
"Okay, how are you?" Like he would slow me down and be like, "Yo, no, we need to have a person-to-person connection first before we go straight to business." So, yeah, that's why I'm focusing more on again getting back in touch with okay, the human to human connection. Um, and then we can get to the money later to figure out how to again improve those human to human connections, but it's got to be the relationship first.
And you said that human needs money at a point of age, and he don't need to depend on his connections, and
Mm-hmm.
he don't need to depend on his connections. He like 40 or 50 age, if he starts, I mean, from his 20s, if he starts putting his energies on making money, if he earns a lot of money, and he don't need to work after 40 or 45 or 50, he
Mm-hmm.
can, he don't need to depend on anybody. And do you believe that human, you also do insurance, right? You make you make people to take policies.
Mm-hmm.
And my doubt is, this is just my doubt. Don't
Mm-hmm.
take it serious. This is my,
No.
this is what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I, I don't know what exactly happens tomorrow. I don't know what exactly happens next minute. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what exactly happens next month or next year. And if I take that policy, if I pay for the policy, and I don't know whether I'll be alive or not,
Mm-hmm.
because only God knows I should be alive or not. Because Corona, today, Corona is an unexpected thing, which
Mm-hmm.
is uh, which destroyed a lot of countries, which destroyed human beings, natural resources. Everything is static today because of Corona. There are people who died with this disease, and they
Mm-hmm.
have insurance policies. They paid for insurance, and they didn't expected that we are going to die in 2020 because of Corona.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, before that they paid for it. They paid, and they believe that insurance will be my support. The
Mm-hmm.
policy will be my support. The money will be my support. So, what do you say about this? Human will not
About
be alive. Human don't know uh, how much years he be alive on this planet.
mm-hmm.
So, taking a decision for for the day, you don't know, is that right or wrong?
I was getting some glitching again. Taking a something for the day. I missed that word in the middle. For the day that you don't know.
Yes,
Can you
yes,
repeat it?
yeah.
I missed one
I
word in
you
the middle.
Yeah, taking the decision for the day you don't know is right or wrong.
Taking out insurance. Is that what you're
Yeah,
asking? I still
decision,
didn't hear the word.
decision.
Spell it. I'm not understanding. I don't know if it's because I'm tired or what.
I'm sorry. So
A
decision,
decision?
DEC. Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't know here. Okay, my position is that yeah, you don't know when your time is up.
Yeah,
So I hope that you get 100 years plus on this planet.
yeah.
Great. I hope that I'm long gone by the time your family members say, okay, yeah, we actually get the cash from this insurance policy, this life insurance policy. But like you said, we don't know. Coronavirus is this year, could be something worse next year. We've seen other pandemics just not on this scale before, like Ebola and avian flu and H1N1 and everything else. So I feel
My
like
question was, what about the person who didn't marry and who don't have any um connections or nobody is dependent on him? What do you say about that person?
just enough to make sure that they are buried or cremated, whatever they want. Just to, that's all they need. Um, and again, because here in the U.S. people have a lot of debt, probably enough to help pay off whatever debt they're leaving behind, so their family aren't left with it. What I was saying was, are you familiar with GoFundMe?
GoFundMe. Okay, okay. I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So it's a site where people can go and say, hey, we need this amount of money. And other people come in and give them tiny bits to add up to that amount. Like I've seen
Okay,
some movies be made that way, but my business partner and I have a joke that that's how a lot of people in the US pay for their funerals. They go out and beg other people to give them money so that they can bury their loved
okay,
one,
okay,
even if it's
okay,
somebody who doesn't have any kids.
okay,
Nobody's dependent on them. So
okay,
that's why I
okay.
say
So
a
that is
bare
the
minimum.
okay, okay. That is a website where they get money to for the for the arrangements of the after the death.
Hmm.
Okay,
Usually
okay,
it's not meant for that, but that's what people have been starting to use it for.
okay. So I want to know what exactly you didn't do that you wanted to do in your life because you became very busy with your work.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Oh my gosh, you're gonna dig up old wounds. Ugh, I need a drink. Let me go get a drink first.
Okay.
This is probably the most I've talked about myself in at least a year. All right, so something that I wanted to do with my life that I didn't get a chance to. I wanted to sing and work in the music industry. That
Music
was
industry.
my Yeah, that was my childhood dream.
Okay. You know music? You know, are you a music creator?
Not anymore. No,
Not
I
anymore.
was watching I was watching a former student of mine on TikTok yesterday where he was
Okay.
playing piano and I'm like, I can't even play the simplest of the songs that he played anymore. I used to, but not anymore. I
But
haven't
that was
touched a
your
piano
interest.
in years. Hmm?
But that was your interest.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So have you, do you want to try that in future?
Like you said, I don't want to open any old wounds. It's I'm trying to let it go. I try not to think about it.
Okay, okay. So
But you asked, so I have to talk about it.
because I want to ask you questions that you don't expect.
Well, that was what you got me. That was one I did not expect.
I this is what my job is because people actually they get prepared for the interview, they get prepared to talk with me, but when they come to me, I'll not ask the questions that they expect.
Well, I'll be honest, I did not prepare. So other than like, okay, let me take a nap so that I'm still awake. I did not I did not say, "Oh, you know what? I want to talk about this. These are my talking points. I have to make sure I get." Nah, I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, because I want to capture the original emotion. I want to capture the real
Mhm.
emotion, which comes only when you ask a question that they don't expect. If you
And I
prepare,
figured that.
yeah, and I can see the real emotion of yours. I can see your smile that is coming. Uh, that is not created. That is not artificial. That is the natural thing, which is coming when you listen to the words that I'm saying. And
Mhm.
I want to show this to the people who watch this video, and they feel really new, and they feel really original. Everyone
Mhm.
wants to capture the original and the real emotions, and
I agree.
that actually creates effect and impact. I believe that. So when you ask a random questions and random observations, so I believe that actually creates more impact. So coming to the questions, I have
Mhm.
more questions. I
Okay.
I have a few more questions. So what do you think about life? Who created you and why you are here? Why you're talking with me? I'm
Mhm.
Indian. You're in Florida. Why all this is happening?
I believe in God. So God created
Okay.
me. As for why I am here,
Okay.
I know the correct answer that I should give based on just my religious background is because of God's love and to serve him. But there are times where I'm like, okay, God, really, why am I here? And then what was the last part? Like why am I in Florida?
I didn't get you.
Hmm?
I didn't get you.
Oh, I said what was the last part? You said like who created me? Why are we here? And then you asked something else after that.
Life.
Like
What is life?
what is life? 42.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. You get that joke?
I got that. I got you.
Oh,
So you believe God.
yes.
So what do you say about relationships? Do I want to know about the people who got disconnected from you in different ages?
The people who got what from me?
Who got disconnected from you?
That's a lot of people.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to name them. I just want
No,
to.
no, no, no.
Uh,
I'm not gonna name anybody. I'm just saying that's a lot of people. I've had how do I say yeah, okay. My mother has said it's me that I throw people away, but I don't truly buy into that. If I ever actually throw somebody away, like okay, I'm not communicating with you anymore, there's usually a really, really good reason for it. Like I don't intentionally stop messaging many people. At this point in my life, I can say there's probably 3 people that I've intentionally just I'm not going to deal with you anymore. But other than that, I try to stay in touch with a lot of people, but after a while, it seems like I'm the one doing all of the work to connect. So, and like I said, there's a lot of people. So it gets a little exhausting. So yeah, I there's a lot of people that I'm not necessarily as connected to as I would like to be. And if I think about it for too much, it makes me sad. But if I'm the only one trying to reconnect and trying to keep the friendship or the relationship alive, then it calls into question whether they value my presence as much as I value theirs.
So disconnection happens because of two people. The
Hmm.
relation breaks because of two people. The
Hmm.
communication, if there is no communication or if there is misunderstanding or the miscommunication,
Hmm.
so we cannot say that one person did the mistake. The mistake will be from both sides.
Yeah.
One person cannot be the culprit.
Yeah, because again, it's a relationship, so there has to be at least two parties for to relate to each other.
Yeah, yeah. So what I believed is I connect with a lot of people from different parts of the world. Uh, I talk with different people daily. I have two more videos, three more videos. I'll try to connect with different country people, and they are not connected to me. I'm not
Mhm.
seeing them from my childhood. I don't know them, and I'm connecting with them, and I'm maintaining that. I'm doing multiple videos with them, and
Mhm.
they are feeling comfortable with me. And what I believed is the only thing that makes a relationship stronger or strengthening. I mean, if you want that relationship to be stronger, the communication is the main thing between
Mhm.
two people. If you are continuously talking with that person, if you are exchanging words, and uh, if you are knowing about him, or if you are knowing about her, and if she is knowing about you, if he is knowing about you, if there is information transfer between two brains, if there is information transfer between two minds, definitely there will be bonding. If there is more transfer between two brains, if there is more transfer between two minds, you will create an image of that person in your brain, and that image will be top in the list of your priorities. That will
Mhm.
be that will be on the top. People get disconnected because they spend less time with them, and they get
Mhm.
connected with some other person who spends more time with them, who gives more
Mhm.
importance to them. So the
Mhm.
communication, the what I believed is the communication, and the time time is the only thing that I believe we cannot stop. Human being cannot stop. We can
Mhm.
stop anything, but only thing is time we cannot stop. Time and communication both are interconnected. So if you want
Mhm.
to communicate, or if you want to connect with that person, so the life is about time, and time is connected with communication. So all these are interconnected. So relations break, relations can be stronger because of these reasons, I believe. So
Yeah.
the only reason why people get disconnected because they don't have time to spend with them. That's it. If they have time to spend with them, definitely they'll not get disconnected. This is for sure. Because
But I feel like
everybody,
people
yeah,
make time for things that are important to them.
yeah. That means if a person is putting time on his work, he's not interested in spending time with his girlfriend or with his family. So definitely he'll be connected more to his work. Work will be more closer to him, and work will be more. Uh, uh, what we call work is his uh, more closer thing, and the relations are other lesser important. So that is the reason the people who are connected with them gives less importance, because he's not giving more importance to them. So simple.
Mhm.
So few people give more importance to their work, and that is why the reason they have less connections. The
Mhm.
people who are very very busy in doing their work, and they don't have time to spend with them. So uh, simple. If a person wants to be put a relationship stronger, the communication, if you are continuously talking with them, the only thing is human will not have time. He should make time.
Mhm.
Nobody have time. Even Donald Trump will not have time to spend with his family, because he is taking responsibility of the whole country. And definitely he'll be very if you see his personal life, he'll be very very busy in his professional life, and I don't think he'll be connecting with his family. I don't think. maybe 1 or 2 days in the whole week he'll be getting time, and only in the dinner and lunch or whatever the that time he'll be spending with his family. And after some
Mhm.
age or 40 or 50, he'll be knowing the importance of the relationships, he'll be knowing the importance of the life. Then he starts thinking,
Mhm.
rethinking about it, and he can't do nothing, he can't recreate, because that is already happened, because already
Mhm.
they have 40 years have gone from his life. He cannot do that. But he was very busy in doing his professional work, and he forgot to maintain that relationship. So
Mhm.
definitely they'll not if he become more older, he'll be very far from them, because he didn't have time to spend with them, and they got connected with some other people, and they are very
Mhm.
busy in spending time with them. So this is what I believed. This is what I understood. Uh, why people get disconnected and why people get connected very strong. I know people who got connected stronger, and they cannot, you cannot break them. You cannot,
Mhm.
you cannot disconnect them. So
Yeah.
the only reason is communication,
Yeah.
communication and understanding each other. So, do you have anything to say which I don't know?
Well, I was gonna ask, what do you feel like communication is a natural thing or is it a learned skill?
It is a learning skill. It is not a natural thing. The only thing is the only thing which will be common in every human who is living in different parts of the world is emotion.
Mm.
You have to communicate with the emotion. You have to connect with the emotion. If Mary is smiling, I should smile. That is, I can establish connect. I can establish a connection. Then when I'm getting a response from my emotion, I'm smiling for my emotion called smile. So we can connect. The smile and smile get connects. And so whenever I talk, whenever the next sentence comes from my mouth or from my mind, she puts interest on me to listen, because she got connected with the smile. So that is how the relation builds, the connection builds. So in any, not only a particular field, in human relations, in any kind of relation, it can be friendship, it can be uh, uh, parent and children, it can be
Mhm.
girlfriend and boyfriend relationship, in any kind of relationship. The only thing is um, we have to connect with the emotion.
Mhm. Oh, I
Language
think
is
of it. Oh,
which you yeah,
video started
language is the
freezing again.
medium. Okay. Now,
Yeah, I can hear you now, and you're moving.
yeah. So language is the medium with which we can communicate. But the main thing is, if a person who is living in different country, Mary is living in United States, and if a Chinese guy who is living in China, and if he's trying to convey his message, if Mary connects with his emotion, she can understand the words that he's trying to say, even if he is unable to say the words, even if he don't have words to frame, he don't know the language, universal language called English, she can connect with him, because she is understanding his emotion by seeing his eyes, lids, and the facial expression. Then she can understand. So the only thing that makes her understand is she's emotion. So we
That is
have to
very
connect with the
true.
emotion. We have to connect with the emotion, and we have to give importance to the emotions. Like you said in the beginning, we have to give importance to the emotions, so that we can connect with anybody on this planet. That is what I understood, because I'm doing videos with different country people, and I don't know them, and they are very closer to me than my family members today.
Oh wow. And I just
Because
gotta say, Sai, you are brave to do this. Like when you asked, I was like, wow, I don't know if I could ever do anything like what you're doing. When I was looking at your YouTube channel, I was like, wow, he has talked to so many people. Like, and just from all over the world. Like, kudos to you. Great job. Like, and you are so incredibly brave and courageous to do that.
Actually, you are doing the work that I'm doing in YouTube channel. You are already doing that in your life because you will be communicating with different people, right? In your uh,
Yeah,
work.
but it's not like this. Like it's more one-on-one with like a circle of people that I know, and then they'll refer other people to me. I am starting to do this now, and like you were my actual first person, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna say yes, because a part of me really wants to, even though another part of me is like really scared. So following that, like today I was on social media just talking to people. Not necessarily video chatting, but just having conversations with people in the DMs, in the direct messages, that I didn't know from all over the place. But yeah, it's never, this was probably my first time today initiating the conversation. I'm usually just responding or replying, but today I actually reached out to some people. Like, okay, hi, how are you?
Actually, you have to do more and more videos with not only with Sai, not only with Indian, not only with me. You have to do videos with more people from different parts of the world or from all over all your clients who comes to you, who talks with you. It is this is my personal advice because I have experience on social media. I have 5,000 followers on Facebook. I have three websites and I have more than 7,000 followers for my website. So
Mhm,
daily 200 people visit my website and learn something from my website. There are two websites. One is technical and one is non-technical. And
mhm,
I used to communicate with the word. I used to frame sentences. Blogging is writing our feelings and writing our thoughts, and we are trying to express ourselves using by framing sentences. And if
mhm,
the people get connected with our passage or with our vocabulary, they'll follow us. They'll follow
mhm,
us and they'll message us by saying that yeah, you did a great job. You're doing. I love your thoughts. I love your feelings. You're an original man. You're an original woman who is expressing what exactly works. I love you for being yourself. I used to get
mhm,
all these compliments only for being myself, only expressing what exactly I feel about things. I think the originality creates impact, the originality creates effect. That is what I believed as a writer. And I decided to come out from that zone. I stopped. I have websites still today. I write in the night at least one blog post. I'm not
mhm.
too professional like you. I saw your writings. I felt like, oh my God, she's writing. I was thinking that can I mean, is that possible for me to connect with her because her, her writing is so good. Her writing is so deep. I don't even
Aw.
understand the words, some of your words, because
Oh, thank you. I think because I don't want to. When you say you don't understand it, now it's like, okay, I didn't. I want it to be understood, so maybe I need to look at what I'm writing. But thank you for saying that I'm a good writer, because again, that's where the imposter syndrome comes in, and I'm like, I suck at writing, even though I have awards hanging on my wall for my writing. I'm like, oh, I suck.
I think only the people with your person, I mean, only the people with the the intelligence that you have will connect with people like you will connect with you. That is what
Oh,
I understood.
okay.
I cannot connect with you. I cannot be. Maybe I have less intelligence than you. Maybe
No.
I don't. I'm not understanding few words. She was so deep. The words that she's using. I don't even understand what she's saying. I saw few of your posts and I thought that, oh my God, I'm going to talk with a woman. I'm talking with a girl who is expert because
So now I'm gonna make a note to myself to go back and reread what, because again, I've been doing this since 2007. or yeah, 2007, 2008. So now I'm going to go back and look at what I wrote and try to figure out. I don't know. Like I write a bunch of stuff and I don't even remember some of it. So now you're making me
Actually,
like, okay, I gotta go back and reread what I've written out there.
yeah. Actually, what I understood is you don't care response. You don't care response for what you write, what you express, right?
No,
Actually, uh, you don't care
like
response.
I how do I say this? I took a course on it on blogging. It was like just an online little group thing, and that was one of the tips they said. You have to write about what you're passionate about so that you'll be motivated to do it consistently. And so at that time when I was really focused and putting out posts at least like 2 or 3 times a week, yeah, I was writing, okay, I want to write about this today, and I'm not going to focus on the numbers or how many people are reading or commenting or anything like that. I just want to make sure that I'm focused on my consistency. So I wasn't thinking about that at that
Yeah.
time, but now I know I need to focus on that, and I don't want to write where people don't understand what I'm saying because that's not good communication. Like if you put the message
Correct.
out there and somebody and the receiver doesn't get it and understand it and interpret it so that they
Correct.
can reflect it back, then that's you're missing the whole point of it. I'm missing the whole point of it, and so I need to fix that. So thank you for
Yeah.
telling me that.
Yeah. And Google AdSense and Google approved your website, right?
So that's a story. Like since I've been doing it so long, I actually used to have an AdSense account and then I foolishly canceled it. So I don't have one anymore. I don't even know if I went ahead and put myself like back on a waiting list or not.
Oh my God.
So
Actually, why
so
you did
yeah,
that?
I don't know. It was a stupid move. Like I was getting impatient waiting for the
Okay.
money to stack up.
Okay.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. Let me just cancel the account since that was probably back in 2009 or 2010 when I had the account
Okay.
and then I
Okay.
canceled it. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm regretting that now, but whatever. You can't change the past. It's gone. It's done.
Yeah, correct, correct. But really, I'm a blogger. Even ads displays on my website also. All my three websites, in all my three websites, Google Ads displays. Uh, but I'm not getting revenue. But I love writing. I have some other source where I can get money. I can survive with the money I'm getting from different sources. I write only to. I take responses very seriously. I take if somebody is giving feedback about my writing, I'll try to I'll take that response and I'll put that in my mind. I'll try to connect with them. And even if I'm doing a YouTube video and I'm doing with a Mary who is living in United States, and I'm showing this video to the people who are Indians, they should also understand Mary.
Mhm.
They should understand the language that Mary is talking. And I am trying to say world that it is not impossible for a human being to uh, not to connect with any other human being. The only thing is
Mhm.
communication. If you talk, you can connect. If you don't talk, you cannot connect. You have to when you talk, you will know the thoughts of the person who is talking with you, and you can say something about that, and you can get response for your thoughts. Where there is exchange of thoughts, there will be some understanding. Yeah, this is how Mary thinks. This is what Mary is. This is that I can create that image in my brain, and I'll create an opinion of Mary in my brain. So that is how the communication is very, 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 very important. As a blogger, I have learned this, and I just thought to quit, not quit, pause the blogging. I thought to start a YouTube channel where I can see the people directly, the emotions of the people, and like I can see their expressions, and then according to their expressions, according to uh, uh, their language, I'll try to connect with them, and they are connecting to me, and I'm connecting with Netherlands person, Netherlands psychologist, and African uh, football player, and see. I am not a football player. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a uh, uh, financial advisor.
Mhm.
I'm connecting with you. How this is happening, and I'm getting response for the words I'm using. You're giving response to my words, right? I'm
Yeah.
getting response, and I'm getting response. So this is what my achievement is. I'm successful in getting response for the words I'm using. I'm throwing out. I'm expressing myself, and I'm getting. So the only thing is we have to express, and we have to talk with everybody. We
Mhm.
have to talk with. We should not stop ourselves. We should not say that no, I
I
don't want to talk. Yeah.
No, I'm laughing because one of my mentors told me that. Oh my gosh, they say this over and over. Like, you can't be a secret agent. Bree, you have to talk to people. Why aren't you talking to people? So yeah, I hear you. I hear you echoing things I've been told. And so it makes me laugh.
That is true, right? Whatever I'm saying is
Hmm.
true, right?
Hmm. Yeah, very true.
So this is not impossible, or this is not a great work that I'm doing. This is the work everybody knows, but they will not come out. You know,
Hmm.
they want to be in their comfort zone. They don't want to step out from their comfort zone. But the only thing is, when they step out from their comfort zone, that is when they can see miracles. That is when they can see something which they didn't see before. The only thing is we have to come out, and we have to pull ourselves. Whenever something is creating interest in our brain, we have to go and concentrate on that. And definitely that interest may teach us something in my life. You're 35, but I'm teaching you. I'm 28. I'm telling you all this. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm very sorry if I say anything wrong.
No, no, you are fine. I am never too proud to learn stuff from other people, regardless of their age. Literally, I was asking my daughter stuff earlier today, like, okay, how do I do this? Like, I love learning. I don't know why I'm hesitating to say that, but yeah, I'm always looking to learn something new. So it doesn't matter the source. Don't feel bad. You didn't step on my toes.
Social media, social media is a platform where you connect with different people, where people follows you, people likes your post, and people give comments to your post, and
Mhm.
uh, and websites a certain mindset of a different mindset of the people who connect with you. They'll follow you
Mhm.
uh, on your YouTube channel or on your website. So when we take responses very seriously, we can give we can concentrate where we are doing the mistake. I think the expressing ways, we can concentrate on the expressing ways. If somebody is not understanding me, if somebody is not giving the response to my words, or not responding to me, that is when I have to understand that I'm not expressing in the way that he understands. So I
Mhm.
have to change myself. I should not blame others. I should not
Mhm.
say that you know, you did the mistake, or you know, I failed in creating the impact in your brain, on your thinking. I failed
Mhm.
in impressing you. See, impression is the resultant factor of expression. If you want to create impression, you have to express in the way they get impressed.
Mhm.
So this
Very
happens
true.
only if this happens only when he is good in communicating, when he is good in expressing himself in the way, like you said in the beginning, people are different, right? Human beings are different. Every person is unique, and
Mhm.
we should not travel. We should not carry the same emotion or the same thought that we. For example, you had talked with some other person before my call, before this video call. You
Mhm.
had a conversation with some other person. You should cut off that. You should cut off that, and you have to think that I am facing a person whom I didn't face before, and I feel very excited. I have to talk. I have to learn something new. I am going to do something new today. I'm talking with a new person. So when you think like this, definitely you will not get disappointed or disconnected when you're talking with a new person. Uh, when you fix it, when the mind is fixed, when you feel that uh, the person you are talking with you should talk in the way uh, the before person talks, so that will not happen. Every person is different, every person is new. So the problem arises only when a person fixes his mind. They should not fix, nothing is absolute, uh, nothing in the world is same. Everything is different. So we have to prepare our mind to see different every time.
Yeah.
So it is we have to see every person. Until unless we talk with them, we don't know what he is. So like there's different people have their own experiences in their life, their own
Mhm.
knowledge and all. So that's it. I want to say. I think I was talking more.
No, that's fine. That's fine because I never like to feel like I'm monopolizing the conversation. I know it's supposed to be an interview, but yeah, I didn't want to do a majority of the talking anyways.
So
So I like it.
is
I
it?
like it when it's 50 more 50-50. So that was fine. That was good.
Have you enjoyed this conversation?
I have. I have enjoyed it. It was fun.
And I'll talk with you. I'll talk with you again if you give me time.
Yeah, totally. Just know my calendar is getting crazy full. And I think I mentioned earlier how I'm trying to sell my house. So hopefully I will be someplace where we can chat and it'll be like this, like not a whole bunch of craziness going on in the background. My cats won't be back to like jump in the middle of the to jump in the middle of the video call because usually anytime I'm on the phone, one of my cats will come up and start meowing. Like I can't have a phone conversation without her being on the phone conversation too. So let's just hope next time we chat that that doesn't
Yeah.
happen. Or maybe let's hope that it happens. It might make it might get you more views since like half of the internet is cat videos anyway. No.
I want to talk with you about different topics, not only
Hmm.
about your whatever you studied before. I want to talk about different topics,
Yeah.
about different things, different things. I'm sure you will be having knowledge about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. I have a lot of topics, but this is the first time I'm talking with you. I don't want to talk about all that. Whenever you're free, whenever you feel comfortable, whenever you feel to talk, I'll message you. We'll talk it, and I'll show you to my audience, my Indians, the people who watches me. I'll show you. I want to tell world that there is a woman with a name called Mary, and she is talking in this way. She have this percentage of knowledge. She have enough knowledge about as a financial advisor and as a woman, as a
Hmm.
mother, So I want to talk about different topics. And you are an
Yeah.
experienced person. You will be knowing a lot of things because you lived on this planet for more than me. So
Thanks for reminding me of how old I am and how close to no, okay.
no, I'm giving you a compliment. You are amazing. I'm giving you a compliment because I'm pulling myself down by saying that I lived on this planet for the less time, so I know very less than Mary. So I cannot say that I know better than Mary. I cannot say
Well,
that.
see, that's one thing that I guess at one time I did agree with, but then now I'm starting to feel like how can you ever quantify because we're all unique. How can you ever quantify one person's experience and then measure it comparatively to someone else? The only thing when people say that is that they're looking at how many times we each individually have circled the sun. But your experiences as a male living in another country from me are never going to be anything like my experiences as a female living where I live. So, who's to say that I have more experience than you just because I had 7 additional trips around the sun? I mean, for instance, I could have, this did not happen, but I could have spent those 7 additional years locked up in a cell somewhere just reading books, which means, okay, yeah, 7 additional years sitting around, eating, sleeping, and reading a book, not necessarily out experiencing and living life. So I'm kind of getting at, yeah, it's not the time, but the actual quality of the experience. So I wouldn't necessarily say I have more experience than you or anything like that, or more knowledge because I've just been here longer. Because I don't see any way of us actually being able to quantify and compare those experiences, if that
But
makes sense.
yeah, yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
That you're true. You're absolutely true. Whatever you said is 100% correct. Uh,
I kind of feel like you're just agreeing with me. Like, okay, yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah, you're right.
you're right. You're 100% correct. Even if you ask me the same question, I'll give you the same answer.
Okay.
So the only thing is we share our observations and we share our experiences. That will be new for each of us because we
Yeah.
lived in different parts of the world and different places and we interacted with different people. Definitely, that each of our experiences will be new to each other, right? So, thank you for giving your valuable time to me, Mary. I want
Yeah.
you
Thank you
to.
for having me. Thank you for inviting me to chat.
It's good to chat with you, and I want to talk. I want to chat with you again whenever you're free. Yeah.
I will message me. Just message me a time and a place. Well, obviously. But just message me a time and I'll be there. I think the sleepiness is starting to kick in and I'm not making as much sense as I could. But I'm going straight to bed after we hang up. So,
Can I put this video on YouTube?
yeah, yeah, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say tag me. I don't even know if that works on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't actually posted anything. That's another thing that my social media intern, aka my daughter, should be working on to edit the video that we recorded and post it. But yeah, post it. I'll find it. I'll comment.
Yeah. And give me your YouTube channel link. I'll put in the description of this video.
I'll try to find it
It,
and send it to you. Like I said, that's another thing where I have screwed up. I started my YouTube channel probably the same amount of time ago, back in what, 2008, and I posted a couple of things and then I kind of was like, "Ah, I don't see the views happening. I'm not going to do it anymore." And now like everybody is doing videos. I'm like, "Man, if I had kept at it."
yeah. People who watches this video definitely will come to your video and watch your video. If you continue doing videos, they'll definitely follow you. Because there are
I'm
people
just
who watches
starting.
me. Yeah. I'll put
I'm
the link
just
of
starting
yours.
back, so let's hope.
Yeah. And thank you for giving your valuable time again. Nice
You're
talking
very
with you.
welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning, and I will say good night.
Good morning. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.